So, we have probably all seen the teasers and the leaks and everything for the upcoming nation and final nation of the game, Snezhnaya, and I wanted to talk about the leaks and all the previews and stuff because I am so excited. And I know a lot of people are already hating on the Snezhnaya for reasons, of course, not everyone is going to like everything with Genshin and like the same things with Genshin. But overall, I think I'm pretty excited, but today I do want to talk about some of the previews, leaks, whatever you want to call them. And I also want to talk about, some people's critiques about some of the characters and the design choices. Because honestly, some of the criticisms are pretty valid, and people, of course, have the right to like and dislike whatever they want. It's an opinion at the end of the day. However, I do feel like some people are just complaining a little too much, and I feel like Flynn's is also yapping a little too much. He needs to shut up. Okay, so I'm gonna start off this video by going over the main details of Snezhnaya, such as the way the city looks and the way some of the cutscenes that we were shown for what I can only assume is some of the Archon quests and things we're probably going to be doing when we first arrive there. So basically, first thing we seen was us arriving to Snezhnaya via a train. So it seems like somewhere, I guess, wherever we head to Snezhnaya from, maybe it's Nodcry, and there's probably going to be a train station of some sort somewhere. Maybe it's in a different nation, maybe it's all in Snezhnaya, maybe we go into Snezhnaya, take this train station, like right at the very edge of Snezhnaya's land, and we go into the city that way. Who knows? I'm really kind of hoping that it's like a train station that's maybe in Nodcry or whatever, and it takes you from, well, actually, I don't know if it can be a Nodcry because Nodcry's a bunch of islands, but anyway, it's maybe it's like from one nation, it's a train station, and then it goes into Snezhnaya, which is what I'm personally kind of hoping for, because I think it'd be cool to have a train station, say like, maybe it's in Mondstadt or something, or wherever, and it takes you all the way to Snezhnaya. I think that'd be pretty freaking cool. But I do think it's probably only going to be in Snezhnaya. I don't, I have not seen any leaks or anything for like the full, like, or like what the first part of Snezhnaya and the map is gonna look like. I guess we just do not have that information yet. But I do know that the one building we're shown, I'm not exactly sure what the building's called. It does have the big star on the top. Future me editing this, please stop being lazy and put images on here. Anyway, I think the buildings look neat. I really think that building looks super cool. I'm super excited to see what the rest of the city looks like. People did not have any criticisms about the way the town looks, any of the cutscenes really. They were all really neat. Also, there's another cutscene, which is one of the second cutscenes I was introduced to. It is a scene where it seems that the Traveler, who, of course, always is Aether for some reason, every time we get leaks, or previews or whatever, it's always Aether that's fucking there. It's never Lumine. Anyway, he's seen running, seeming to be holding a gun, seemed to be fighting against the Fatui, which actually pleased a lot of people. A lot of people were very glad that we're just not gonna get a one-way ticket easily into Snezhnaya for whatever reason. And it seems that the Tsaritsa does seem to have a disdain toward the Traveler, which again, a lot of people were approving because it's not her magically forgiving the Traveler for literally killing, two of her Harbingers at this point, and all the other, and just constantly interfering with the Fatui plans. So I think that's gonna be peak. If we have to fight the Tsaritsa, that's gonna be awesome. Just like how we fought the Raiden Shogun back in Inazuma. I think it'd be cool to pull that out again. Really. Where? What the fuck? Where are they? Bro, the chest isn't unlocked. Can I unlock this? I can't open this. Sorry, I'm getting so distracted. Because there's also a cutscene where the Tsaritsa mentions the Traveler. I don't quite remember what she said, but I mean, if you guys have seen it, you will obviously know. I would look at it right now, but I'm actually quite literally playing the game as I'm talking, if you could not tell. Paimon, oh my god, please. Then, of course, there is another scene where it's Mayor Pulcinella talking, and Child talking. But I probably should actually look it up because I don't remember like jack shit that was said. But if you guys want to look at the leaks, I highly recommend looking at the leaks before watching this video because this is an opinion video. I'm not going to be showing much of anything. That's for you guys to look at because I know some of you guys don't really like to look at leaks or anything. But also, I mean, if you don't really want to hear about any of it, why are you even watching the video in the first place? But I'm not gonna go and like save the videos and put them on here and all that stuff. I'm mostly here just to talk about what was put there. I mean, actually, I probably should really look at the videos. I don't know. I'm just feeling a little lazy today making this video, and I'm trying to figure out where these people are that I need to beat up so I can get this chest. Where are you? Are you up here, maybe? I don't know. And of course, there's a bunch of other cutscenes, but I just wanted to go over like the main ones that I've really seen and the main ones that were mostly talked about in the community. And now I'm actually going to move on to the character designs and things like that, because this is where people start critiquing Genshin, as per usual. I think I was supposed to go freaking down here, but anyway, to start off, a lot of people, again, I'm gonna go with the praises first, then I'm gonna go down to the critiques. But, anyway, first things first that I think was revealed, actually, is the Traveler. Sorry, I got distracted. Again, they showed Lumine's skin, but it's mostly Aether we see and everything. But we get a new outfit in Snezhnaya. We actually get a coat, we get pants, you know, and of course, I think, like, one of the things people were begging for before way before Nodcar and everything was, why doesn't the Traveler get a fresh new set of clothes? We were wearing the same crusty old outfit, or the same crusty old dress, the entire game until we got to Nodcry, and we find our spaceship, and we're like, hold on a second. And we go in the spaceship, and we come out, we're all changed, we even did ourselves a new hairdo. At least Lumine did. And it, like, matches the other Traveler's outfit. So it's like Aether gets a new outfit that matches Lumine's OG outfit. Lumine gets an outfit that matches Aether's OG outfit. And it's so cute. They just have matching outfits. Just the most adorable thing. Where's the fucking mouse? It's just the most adorable thing ever. And a lot of people praised this because they were like, thank God we get an outfit for a cold area. I know where this is. I know what this is. But a lot of people, sorry, I'm sorry for repeating myself. We all were so excited to see that we finally get not only a fresh, new, clean outfit, so now we have 3 outfits as the Traveler. We also have something that makes sense because we're going to be in an extremely cold area, and obviously it wouldn't make sense for Lumine to be wearing her dress, or for Aether to be wearing his outfit, and just showing his stomach and everything, you know. But we're obviously going to bundle up for the cold. And of course, however, to people's disdain, there were a few outfits that people just kind of looked at and were like, with other characters, and were like, why are you wearing that in a nation that's freezing cold? And one of the prime examples was the Tsaritsa. I don't think I have ever seen a community so divided about a design like the Tsaritsas, because honestly, I have to say, for the most part, she's beautiful. She's like everything I imagined and everything I would have wanted in the Cryo Archon. However, people do have the valid criticism of why is almost every female character that was revealed just showing off shoulders and stuff in like one of the coldest freaking places in Teyvat that you could be in. Now, to my discretion, and to not trying to like fully defend Hoyo on this design choice. Oh my god, where the fuck was I? I'm so sorry, guys. I'm getting so distracted. But not to fully defend Hoyo, and of course to my own discretion, because I do kind of wear outfits like this, but a lot, I think it's not really like is it safe to call it a trend where, like, you know, women are like people who wear feminine clothing, I guess I should say, I should not stereotype or whatever. People who wear feminine clothing, it's kind of a trend for them to have long sleeves that are off shoulders. And, you know, that's just a fashion thing, and a lot of people do that. But a lot of people are like, it's like, I think they revealed several characters, and I think almost every single female character they revealed had off-shoulder, like, coats and stuff like that. Which, yeah, it somewhat makes sense, but their shoulders aren't covered at all. And it's like, this is a freezing cold nation, and a lot of people like were just criticizing, like, of course, the length of the dresses and stuff too. Because obviously, if it's freezing cold outside, you're not going to wear a dress that comes above your knee, and you're not going to be wearing an off-shoulder coat if you're freezing so much. Like, yeah, it's a fashion choice, but I think that's mostly for when it's not, like, so cold that it's actually literally actively snowing and, like, snow is sticking to the ground. Because you're gonna be so cold. But I guess if you've lived somewhere long enough in an extremely cold climate, I guess it does, in a way, make sense that you're just kind of used to the cold, so you don't really feel the need to fully bundle up like that. But you're obviously still gonna get cold, you can still get frostbite, doesn't matter how used to the cold you are. So I do think that complaint is valid. And of course, we obviously have the usual absolutely no diversity. Every character there was fairly like pale skinned. There were no like representation for like dark like people of color and like darker skinned characters, which is always a valid criticism, honestly, because we do not have many dark skinned characters in Genshin Impact. And of course, when it comes down to something like that, I am a white person. I'm not going to dictate how people feel about the diversity of characters in Genshin. I'm not going to bash people that are upset about it. And I am not going to try to defend Hoyo in any way for not making a lot of dark-skinned characters. But if people are upset about it, then that's completely valid. But overall, I think they did pretty okay with pretty good. Okay. I think they did pretty good with, like, designing the clothes and stuff like that, because I have to be honest, the clothing that they're wearing could be a lot worse and a lot more revealing than what they made it to be in the whole final look of Snezhnaya. Another complaint people have is that Genshin seems to be consistently reusing and the design, like, just pretty much reskinning the designs of old characters and just calling them a new character, which I think is a pretty valid take, because honestly, if you look at some of the newer characters compared to some of the old characters, it looks like they're just kind of reusing the same base and just constantly remaking the same character just in different formats and different colors. Which I also kind of get it, because like with games, and as someone who makes games myself, well, at least on Roblox, I guess I can't really say much for Genshin, but I guess in a way it makes sense, but really it only makes sense for NPCs and stuff like that. Like, you have the base model of a female and a male. That's mostly for NPCs though. And of course you'll still have the base model, but you should still change it up. Like, see, Lauma here, she looks nothing like her. They're very, well, I mean, they do have their similarities, but they're still distinctly different. But a lot of people noticed that when it comes to Snezhnaya, at least specifically, they seem to just be reusing, like, the same hairstyles, same clothing designs and stuff, and that are so distinctly similar to other characters, and it's like, when, like, these are playable characters, they're not NPCs, like, there's no, there's just, like, it's like a copy and paste. Like, copy and pasting NPCs is totally, like, normal for a game. When it comes to playable, unique characters, I don't think they should be looking like each other and looking like the same people copy and pasted. But overall, to summarize, I give Snezhnaya, honestly, like, a straight 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. I know, like, people have their valid criticisms, and a lot of people are going to be mad at me for liking Snezhnaya so much, or, like, even if I hated it, people would get mad at me. People just get mad at me for whatever. People just stay mad at me. I don't know. But anyway, I honestly give it a 9 out of 10. All the, criticism, like, most of the criticisms, for the most part, they're very valid. Like I said, I'm not going to hate on people that have their critiques about Snezhnaya and the character designs and stuff. Overall, I think it deserves a chance. I really do. I think Snezhnaya is going to be pretty cool. I'm really excited for it. And I can't wait for it to come out. But honestly, I am really excited to go to the freaking moon again. Wow. Why does it... I just changed from the freaking... Okay, hold on. Sorry, guys. I'm really excited for the moon as well, going to the moon. I think that's going to be so cool, and then that's so awesome that we can do that now. We can just revisit the moon too, because we're also still going to be able to see our ship, and I think that is very cool of Genshin to do that. But overall, I'm pretty excited for Snezhnaya. I think Snezhnaya is going to be very fun, and I really hope they don't like make it seem all this cool and interesting and then just make it absolutely like boring and stuff. And I'm so glad Snezhnaya is going to be one single piece of land and isn't going to be a bunch of broken up islands. And yes, I do know they've only done that for Inazuma and well, I mean, it's like they did it for Inazuma and then they did it for Fontaine too. And now they did it for Nodcry, and I'm like, can we please have another area that's all like one piece of land that isn't divided by a large body of water? I'm very glad for that, and I can't wait to see fully what Snezhnaya looks like, not just the city, but just like the land and just the outskirts and everything in general. I'm so excited for it. And honestly, this is like the most hyped I think I have ever been for a Genshin update. Like, ever, probably. Because honestly, when they threw Nodcry in there, I was actually kind of confused and thrown off at first, but then I was like, this is pretty cool. But this, I'm so excited for this. I'm so freaking, I can't express how excited I am for Snezhnaya. This is going to be like the most interesting nation, because you know how much lore we are probably going to, and how many questions are going to be answered in Snezhnaya, and how, like, you know, like, everything to do with, like, the Tsaritsa's whole plan with the Gnosis, and, like, the whole, like, Celestial. We are about to get the, like, Snezhnaya is just gonna be one big lore drop, and that's what I'm really hoping, because Snezhnaya is pretty much where almost all of our answers for all of our questions are. Minus the fact that Conria's door is literally in Sumeru, and Mondstadt, that whole Venti statue thing. But anyway, I really feel like the Tsaritsa is going to be able to tell us more. Maybe if she'll start to like us, or maybe she'll just hate us forever or something. I don't know. Also, another thing with the leaks is the Tsaritsa has a really big ass polar arm weapon, and I am so fucking excited for that. I had to come on here and talk about this because it's like, I don't think anybody is excited as I am for this, because I'm ready. I'm ready. Give me a big lore drop. Give me a big lore bomb and just drop it on me, because I'm so excited. I want answers to my questions. I want to figure stuff out. And honestly, I'm ready. I'm ready. Anyway, guys, that is all I think I have to talk about today. I think I covered everything. I really hope I didn't miss anything. What was I doing? But anyway, guys, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye-bye!